Welcome back to Behind the Build, where we give you a sneak peek behind what we're up to here at Pacific Lifestyle Homes. And I'm really excited today. We're going to mix it up a little bit. I have Macey here with me, who
Hi.
just represented some great clients of hers on a home that we moved in about 30 days ago, I want to say.
December. They close like 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah, perfect timing on
Yeah.
it. Those ones make me nervous when it's so close. I'm like, man, if there's a delay or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they've been in their home for about 30 days.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be interesting to just get your experience of the process of new construction, representing clients, building with us, and then I got some questions I'm curious about of how you handle customers and identifying like new construction or resale or also a relocation in the middle of it. Because if I remember correctly, they relocated.
Yeah, from another state. Yeah, from Arizona. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So I guess that is the first part I'm curious. How did you identify with them? Like, no, you guys should be building versus looking at homes.
That's such a good question. So we had looked at several homes that fit their criteria on paper, but every home, she just didn't like the farmstead look, which is so much of Idaho right now.
And so much of the country.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, I love it. It's popular, but it doesn't fit everyone's needs. And so we had been looking and looking and looking. She didn't like shiplap. She really liked more modern finishes. And so came across you guys and I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect. And you had the elevation that was awesome for them, like the modern look, and it just came together so nicely. And they're thrilled. They're so happy with their home.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's it's great to hear that they're loving the house.
Yeah.
So they're like the opposite of most. Like usually we're like, there's too many farmhouses on the street. We got to mix it up.
Yeah.
And especially no shiplap. That one.
I know, and a lot of my clients don't want modern. Like they don't want the super modern, but if you look at the finishes even inside their house, it was so much modern, but it looked beautiful. Like the fireplace all the way to the ceiling, and it just came together so nicely. So they were more of a contender for building just because she wanted things more custom, and then the build process was great. Like it worked out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a style of house was one piece of it that shifted it there. But it sounds like there was also that desire. She's like, I want fresh. I want clean.
Fresh,
and I want to pick every little thing.
Yeah, and then I think also like your floor plan was larger than a lot of the houses we were looking at, and because they were they have family in other states, it was nice to have more room. So they wanted like a play room, and they have 3 kids, and they just wanted more room to grow. And so that was another thing. I feel like they could get more bang for their buck, if you can say, with building. Like they were able to get everything they wanted and more. And so that was awesome.
And that's what I swear. So last year feels like the year of the family buyer to me.
Yeah.
So and the home they built was our most popular floor plan last year. And it's 3,600 plus square feet with a 4-car garage. And I thought we would sell more single levels, primary on the mains last year, but it was top one, 2-story home, second one, 2-story home.
Yep.
I'm curious, are you seeing that where your clients are like, we'll give up the 3%.
Yeah.
We want what we want. Yeah. We need a bigger house.
Yeah, I think that's the case. And I think for me, I have so many families that I help, like so many families with young kids or so many growing families. So they just want the extra space. And then like when we relocated here, we wanted a larger house. We could have settled in Meridian. And at the time, we would have gotten like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. But our agent was like, well, if you move to Cuna, you can have a larger home. And we've already I've had another child. We've outgrown it, So I think more space is typically what a lot of families want.
Yeah. And that's an interesting point because I bet in that resale space in Meridian, there's not that many big houses. Because just the historic nature of the market here has been single level, smaller homes. There's a period of time where there was affordability at play in the post 2008. Yeah. So the big houses aren't really
There's
available.
Not a ton. Yeah, especially 3,600. I just don't see that a ton. And so if it fit all their needs, they're super happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy for them.
And that's the fun part is our home plans, there's all the different ways to configure them that you actually get what you want when you build a house.
Yes. And it was fun in the design studio and, being able to pick out everything. And her husband had, he literally was so chill. And then when it came to the fireplace, he's like, no, I want that. So he actually, we joke, he designed the fireplace.
Okay, that was his.
So that was his one thing that he was pretty non-negotiable on. He's like, no, we should do this for the fireplace. And it came out so good. Okay. So yeah, just the whole process was great.
I'm curious, did he care about the shower? What happened in there much?
I don't feel like he did because they actually made their shower a little bit smaller. Like they didn't care. They didn't extend the shower. They had made it a little bit smaller for extra room. So I don't think he cared.
It was something a couple months ago. One of our sales team members was like, guys care about garage and the shower.
Yes.
And I was like, the garage, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But guys don't care about the shower that much.
So funny.
Since she said that, I've noticed us guys care about the showers, evidently.
That's hilarious.
Because several of our customers, the guys were like, no, I want the big shower this way.
So funny, yeah.
So there's a trend.
I love it, yeah.
But fireplace was his thing then.
Yeah, fireplace was his thing, yeah.
And they have the cool fireplace. It's 2 stories tall
and
has all the windows on each side.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It came out so good.
So, so when you first met with them then, you're showing them houses, getting a feel for everything.
Yeah.
And then you realize you guys need to pick everything.
Yeah.
How did you narrow down location and lot size, all that kind of stuff? Because I'm sure that's a lot post just deciding new construction.
Well, okay, so this is kind of fun because I had showed their mom homes.
Okay.
And I would video them, FaceTime on every home. So they actually were not physically here. So I first took them on phone to the Inspirato community and we videoed a home and they were like, you know what, this is great, but it's just not big enough. And then we were like, okay, well, if we can go to StarPointe and look, there's some bigger options. And that's when we met with Letitia. And she kind of showed us some bigger options. She showed us the lot. And they were not super picky about the lot, to be honest. They didn't need a huge lot, but it turned out to be quite nice because it's a 2-story and they have plenty of room in the back. Yeah. But they were not as lot picky. They were just really more house picky. So and they weren't picky at all. I shouldn't even say they were picky because they were so chill. But once we found out the plan and we met with Letitia, StarPointe just happened to be the better community. And then they wanted the playground and the pool and they just liked that location a lot better for them.
Well, and the home site they picked is also great. It's on the cul-de-sac right there. So family, kids, all that stuff.
And he commutes to Caldwell for work. So he can literally just hop right. Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have family in Middleton. So it was great.
But I think you do a decent amount of volume with new construction.
Yeah.
Do you have, if we, the lot selection piece of it, do you find most of your clients are set on lot, direction of it, placement in the community, or it is more about the house and they're like, where can I put it?
Yeah, I would say because I deal with so many people coming from out of state, especially places like California where they just tend to build the houses so close to each other. Whenever I get on the phone for a buyer consultation, one of my most requested things is that we don't want to be on top of our neighbor. We don't want to hear them showering. We don't want to hear So lot seems to be kind of a big topic for a lot of my clients. Okay. They want a bigger lot, but most of the time, I feel like after I've showed 3 to 4 homes, I pretty much can dial it in. I know, and it's pretty quick. Yeah. So most of the time, once I've showed them a few homes, I can kind of pinpoint what is more important, house or lot, and then we just kind of go from there. So, yeah.
It's so true though. The normal setback's 5 feet.
Yeah.
But actually, StarPointe, they must have liked that piece. It's 7 feet there.
Yes.
But I think it is underrated because I'll admit, builder mind. We're 5-foot setback, fit the house, get another lot.
Yeah.
But our Eagle Ridge site has 7.5, 10, and there's all this space, and you really do feel it when you're there.
Yeah.
There is a benefit to it.
For sure. It doesn't feel so subdivision-y. It feels like you have more room to grow. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, and at StarPointe, when you pull in there and there's those rim houses.
Oh my gosh.
That doesn't feel subdivision.
I know. It's funny because I told them that. I was like, you guys, there's $1 million homes in here. I was like, you have so much equity. This is such a good community, So they liked that.
I'm not used to us being the affordable option in a neighborhood. It's a weird, just not used to that one.
It's a good house.
Okay, so they came in the home, and then it was just where's the lot? They got that. What did they think of the structural options process? I think we did theirs by Zoom.
I did, with you. Yeah. So it was by Zoom, and I felt like that went pretty well. I felt like they were pretty dialed in, they knew what they wanted more so. There wasn't so much back and forth with that. They loved being able to pick stuff though, because with most builds, you don't get to pick as much. And that's what I was really impressed with you guys is just the fact that there was so much customization because I don't see that a lot. I kind of see okay, this is the plan. You could literally, they were able to do so much. So it was really fun. Yeah. So they were happy with everything.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that is, to me, that was one of our simpler builds.
Yeah.
Because they did know what they want. And it was this option with that option with this.
Yeah.
But it it's the industry we're in today where just being able to pick a couple options feels
something.
like this custom home.
Yes.
And I sometimes I forget because that's all I'm used to is pick your lot, pick your plan, pick everything in the house, that it just feels normal to me.
Yeah.
But then, like I see customers get excited when they get to pick their own colors on the front of their house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's like
just
101. Like you're supposed to do that.
Yeah. Well, some things are just so cookie cutter, and you just don't get to do that. So it's really nice to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did. If I remember, like they kind of knew what they wanted.
Yeah, they were very like they made quick decisions with stuff, which was nice. It was just all staying within their budget. So they knew like this is what we really, really want. If we can make it happen, we will. Type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so they did all their structural selections, then they went to the design studio.
Yes.
And did you go along with them to the studio?
I did. Okay. Yeah, she flew in, and then we spent a whole day, and we got it done in one day. It wasn't even a whole day. I'm exaggerating. It was like 5 hours, but it would have been shorter just at the end that we were kind of going back and forth on a couple things, but that was really fun. And she said, she's like, it's always been kind of a dream to be able to design and pick out, but it's a dream for me. I've never done that personally. So to be able to like custom design your cabinets and pick out what you want is so cool. So it was good. And Bren did an amazing job in the design studio.
Bren she is an asset.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
She cares about the customers.
Yeah.
And she's good at what she does too.
Yeah, she's fun too.
It's I think when she does our stuff for our quick move-ins.
Yeah.
At this point, it's funny. I've noticed she does some things and she talks back to me in a certain way. Where I'm like, you're repeating me.
Yeah.
And that's I'm doing a bad job explaining it.
No, you're fine.
What I should be saying is she listens to the customer. Because like a quick move-in, she basically treats me like a customer when she does that. And I think that's what makes it so good is she knows how to listen, process it, and then go, and this is the amazing part to me, there's all these tiles. Yeah. And she'll be like, that one.
Let's choose this one.
And then it matches and the whole vision comes to life.
Yeah. And one thing that she did that I loved with my client was my client would pick out stuff, and then we got to the point where we trusted Bren so much that we'd ask her, so what do you think? And she'd be like, I think you should try this or whatever. And then it would really tie it all together. Because it's when you do that all the time for a living, you kind of have to take someone's advice that does that. And so that was really nice too. That piece of it was nice. But my client really trusted her to help bring it all together. And she did a really good job. So
the colors turned out amazing.
Yeah, it was really neat. Yeah.
So they picked everything in there. I think you were mentioning
Yeah.
There was a very specific spot. The husband wanted to like plan everything for him. The fireplace, I think.
My client picked out the fireplace design and then FaceTimed her husband, and he was like, no, we're not doing that. And we were laughing because he didn't really have, tons of say in it. He was just kind of really go with the flow, but he wanted what he wanted for the fireplace, and it turned out so good. So he picked out the fireplace.
So fireplace was his thing. What was her part of it? Like, was there one part of the house that she was like, this is what I want? Yeah,
the kitchen. I feel like the kitchen. I feel like women with kitchens, it's always, they always want what they want. And the cabinet she chose, I'm like, oh, I love that for my kitchen. So, she did a great job.
And if I remember in their house, they did stained cabinets.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like the light, like the wood.
I am so glad to be back into stained cabinets. The era of Chip and Joe painted farmhouse cabinets, and specifically the farmhouse sink. Yes. I am so glad to be done with those because they're great, but it's been done so many times.
It's nice to have something new. Yeah.
It's nice to see it mixed up. And then they kind of went like dark and moody, if I remember right, with theirs. And personally, that's like one of my favorites.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, I remember seeing it. I was like, this is a good one.
Yeah.
This is nice.
And I actually, I knew it would come together well, but that is not technically my taste, to be honest. So my taste is more farmhousey, right? So
and I just dogged on the farmhouse thing.
Don't worry. Well, that's just Idaho, though. That's fine. No, you can. My husband would have your taste. So I like shiplap. I like all that. And so I wasn't sure, but then when I saw her kitchen come, at the end of the day when we had everything picked out, I thought this is going to look really good. But then when I saw it come together, I said, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. I was so excited. It's a huge kitchen. It wraps around. It's just beautiful. Yeah. So.
What do you think of the way that pantry's open?
I love it. Love it.
Yeah. It's interesting. So many people, when they first see it, they're like, how can we add a door here?
Yeah.
We need a door there.
No
one's added a door.
You don't need a door there. And I love the windows in the kitchen. That is such a unique touch because I'm very big on natural light. Like when I show homes in Idaho, especially like on days like this where it's, more gloomy, I actually will tell my clients, okay, we're going to walk through. I'm not going to turn on any lights initially. And I know that's crazy, but I want you to see the natural light, and then I'll turn on the lights. So I'm big, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I like things open and airy and stuff. So the fact that those kitchen windows are in there, oh my gosh, what a nice touch. And I don't see that often. So that's really cool.
Yeah, those came from a trip to Arizona, actually, and touring some homes.
How funny.
And I will say, like the construction team hates them. Because it's
it's so tiny.
You have to space it between the upper and the lower.
I would imagine,
The tile guys have to really think through tile layout to make it all work.
But listen, it looks good.
It does.
Tell them to keep up the good work,
well,
it looks great.
You can see we
I know, I'm a fan.
Too, so
I'm a fan. I'm telling you, I'm a fan. I would do it in my house. So. Yeah, that's awesome.
They're a really neat feature, and I totally agree. Natural light.
Yeah.
Like our window supplier loves us.
Yeah, because there's tons of windows in your homes.
Like I bet on their home, if we counted, there's at least 25 windows in the home, if not a little over 30.
Yeah.
And because you can't have too much natural light coming in.
I agree, especially in Idaho.
It makes it feel so much bigger in there.
Yeah, no.
And then you couple that, so a lot of windows and tall ceilings, and it just totally changes the look.
Yeah, opens it up, and that's another thing I like too, the vaulted ceilings, because that's just something I don't always see now in homes, which is crazy, but it's like vaulted ceilings would be on my next criteria, because my house does not have vaulted ceilings.
It sounds like you've planned out your next
I have.
house.
I'm on it. But I'm also living in a state of just gratefulness, and I have great neighbors, and I have I'm like, when the time comes, I will use my house as a rental because I have a very good interest rate on it, and then we will move to our next house. But I'm super grateful for what I have.
No, it's I mean, first you set aside the pain of moving,
like
the boxing up and all of that.
Yeah.
But when you have the right situation of
our
good
neighbors are incredible.
You got the whole neighborhood that loves
That's
each
why
other.
I'm like, if I didn't have good neighbors, I'd probably move. That's where I'm at. But I love my neighborhood. So.
I feel like that's got to be. So with your profession, it's got to be tough because as soon as you start thinking moving, you're showing homes.
I know.
And then you're like,
I'm like, this would work. Yes. My husband's more like that though. I'll take him. I'll be like, oh, I have to go video a home for a client, and I'll bring him. And he's like, we should move here. This is amazing. I'm like, no, we can't move every house. I said, you can never do real estate because every single house I take him in, this is it. I love this house. I mean, it's like a running joke now. So
he'd be selling himself on that.
Yes, I know. I'm like, no, we cannot do this right now. So anyways.
So kitchen was kind of her thing that she wanted to focus on with it. And any other things from the design studio that stood out to you of unique part of the process or something they had fun with?
I'm trying to think of unique. We had a lot of fun. You guys have so many options with everything, like tile. I've never seen so much tile. I've been in a lot of design studios, just so you know, a lot. In fact, I have a custom one right now that's they're building, and they've been building for 13 months, but design, the design selections, and I'm not just saying this, were incredible. It was top of the line, and there was so many choices. And usually it's like, okay, you can choose this, this, and this, but there's not there was endless choices for her to make happen what she wanted. So it was really, really, really good.
Well, that credit goes to Bryn. She does a great job of keeping stuff kind of going through there, because she watches nobody's picking this tile.
So we're gonna take it.
Get that thing out of here because it's taking up space of something cool.
That makes sense.
And I can always tell, I'll come into the studio to do a quick move in or something, and I'll see this stack of tile over there
that she's getting rid of.
And I see this smile. It's like Christmas. We got new stuff.
It's new stuff. Oh, I love that. Even better. That's awesome.
The most recent one is exterior stone. She's like, the new stones. We got new stones.
And they went back and forth on the exterior color for a while too. They were flip-flopping on that. But their exterior color, it's dark, but it's so nice. It's like that moody. I love it.
See, dark and moody.
I know. I think maybe I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm getting there.
So any other parts of the build process that stood out to you? They would have done their pre-construction meeting next. Yeah. And then started building the home. And
so one thing I'll say about this process that I really, really loved as an agent is just being able to be a part of it and just being able to have good communication. And I know they felt the same way. If we had a question, we always got response back, and we just felt like it was a team effort. And even at the end, there was some stuff with like lighting that I know you guys helped them with. That really meant a lot, you know, and that you guys didn't have to do. But I just felt like the service aspect was above and beyond. And we were really, really happy with the end result. And then, you know, even just like the walkthrough at the end was very, very thorough, like super thorough. Your superintendent was great. It was just, the whole process. You can tell, like, there's that saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right?
Yeah.
And so we could tell that they were cared for. I could tell that because I've worked with tons of builders, and it was a really, really good process.
Yeah, I mean, we're not perfect. We're all human.
Yeah, everyone.
I mean, a great example of that is those lights. You know, there's, to your point, so many things in that design studio. That it was like, this is the light they expected. This is what was in the paperwork. This was said, and it's like, let's just do the right thing and put that light in there.
But that would not have been the norm.
We made a mistake.
I don't know if you guys made a mistake though, because I didn't know if that was on our design paperwork, to be honest.
Well, I guess the way I see that one is like,
I thought you guys just
it was gray enough.
Yeah.
That it should have been more clear.
Yeah.
And yeah, those lights cost us a little bit to switch out. But
I bet. Yeah.
It made them
She was so happy though when we walked through. She's like, the lights are. Yeah, we were really happy. So thank you.
No, it's it was the right thing to do in that case, and I have no doubt. Victor is Mr. Thorough. Like,
he's very.
He
thorough.
is like this thing to this thing to that.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I'll save that part.
Okay.
Joking around about Victor on here.
Yeah.
He's amazing superintendent, and Dan on our team, customer service rep, is a great guy
I've worked with him before too. So very, very fun to see him.
Yeah. So then the new home orientation and that closed, and they moved on into their house.
Yeah, and they got it. They got the keys before Christmas, which was a blessing for them. And they had a beautiful Christmas there. Yeah.
So they were because it's interesting. Some customers will get their keys and they're like that day getting in the house. Yeah. And then others like, we'll get to it next week. Yeah. With Christmas, they went straight in.
They did. I think they moved. They moved in the 23rd, and then they had a Christmas tree delivered to their house. So it's like. She's like, yep, we had our first Christmas here. Yeah,
now, did they? Well, they had the Christmas tree, so they still decorated.
Oh, yeah, they decorated a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I guess another thing I'm curious about. So, like you said, you represent your clients on new construction, all different things. Is there anything that stood out to you that was just very different in the process? Like whether it was the selection process or the build process, anything like that?
Yeah, I think like just working with different builders, every builder is so different and unique, and they all have their like advantages and disadvantages. But I had never actually heard of you guys until I started the process, like just to be completely honest. Yeah. And it was very thorough. There was good like my biggest things as an agent is I look for like good communication, thoroughness, like you do what you say you're gonna do, which I appreciate. Just overall from start to finish, and I've told several people through this in the Valley, like we just had such a good experience, and that's just not always the case. And then also just on the agent side of things, like I just felt like you take care of your agents that, you know, bring you clients and stuff, and I really appreciate that. And as an agent, it was just a very easy process to work with.
Well, you were working with Leticia, and she's awesome. Amazing.
She is. We became like friends throughout the process. So.
It's easy to do with Leticia.
Yeah, she's wonderful. Yeah.
She's it's her and Rachel both at StarPointe. They're so thorough and they're responsive. Yeah. And it's just so nice because not everybody is. You want an answer.
Takes days for a response sometimes, and I get that, but not with Leticia. Like she was so on top of it. So I'd even have to tell her sometimes, like, hey, we have a question, but like, please respond on Monday, or because I could tell how hard they were working. So
she does. It
was very dialed in. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, she does a great job. Well, I guess. Aside from the house, but I'm curious, just like a couple market type things. It's January right now.
Yeah.
We're actually a little past the midpoint in January.
I know, it's crazy.
Have you seen, and I'm asking a loaded question here, I don't know which way it's going to go.
You're fine.
But have you seen a pickup since January?
Yeah.
Or is it just normal, busier than normal?
I'm trying to think of myself. I think I'm a little busier than last year at this time. I think that has to do with rates, because rates have come down substantially. So I think that's nice. Currently right now, I think I'm working with like 5 active clients, and I've got 3 in escrow, and we're rolling. So I'm very grateful. All glory to God. I'm super grateful. So
yeah, it's so interesting. So being in home building, whenever I'm at like a kids function thing or something like that, all the other parents, it's a go-to, like, how's the market, how's real estate? which I totally get, and I can talk building all day long, so it never bothers me. But everybody's always surprised when I tell them how good the market actually is right now. I think
it's great, yeah. But I also think, one of my lenders I work with who's phenomenal, she told me this the other day. She said, like, she was just saying, you know, you can wait to sell, right? But then it might not be the best time to buy. Like, you just kind of have to make a move when the timing is right for you. Right. Yeah. So, and I think that's kind of how the market is. Like, in my opinion, we have a good market. Homes aren't like flying off the shelf, which I think is great. I think it's more balanced than it has been in the last couple years. Yeah. But I think if you're in a position to buy, it's always better to buy than to rent. Yeah. And I just think our market here, with all the influx of people that have moved here, and I think will continue just with the way the other states are going. Yeah. I think we're just going to continue to have an influx of people coming here. I just think it's never a bad time to buy. Like, I have a good friend who's a client of mine, and she moved here in 2018. They rented for like 3 years.
That was the perfect time to buy.
I know. They rented for 4 years, actually. Okay. Bought with me in 2022. Okay. The house that she bought with me in 2022, she's like, I could have bought this house for almost $200,000 less in 2018.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, if you can purchase a home, do it. That's my thought process. I mean, I think the market's pretty steady here, but I think we're blessed in that regard.
I think, one of the things that I always say, so housing follows jobs.
Yes.
We've all heard of Micron.
Yeah.
And everything
and the
going
expansion.
On
yeah. No, I think there's a lot of room.
Yeah. There's all the businesses that follow. And just in general, the Treasure Valley has a great growing job.
It's booming. Yeah.
And then, there's the California, Oregon, Washington. Yes. So throw me into that one.
I know, I'm one of them too.
the fleeing for all the different social, political reasons and that. Yeah. And affordability, it's tough. If you've been here for a long time, affordability feels totally different, and I completely get that. But when you're looking at it outside in, it really is affordable.
Oh yeah, like I get that sometimes with people on my social media. They'll be like, well, it's no longer affordable. I'm like, okay, tell me where in Southern California can you buy a house for $400,000 with 4 bedrooms? I don't see that. So if you can send me a link, I'd love to see it. But I do find like Idaho still to be affordable to a certain extent. Yeah. So relatively, right?
Yeah. So. And you can Oregon, Washington, this state, that state.
Yeah.
So we just had some friends in town from California over kind of Christmas. Yeah. And they're thinking about moving, and so they're hitting me with all the questions. When I explained property taxes,
they're probably like,
they like at least 3 times if I was correct on that. Yeah. And I'm like, it's just more affordable. Yeah. And then you should have seen the look. Well, you see it all the time, I'm sure. But explaining irrigation.
Oh, it's insane.
And basically being free water.
They're like, you can water your lawn and you're not in trouble. Well, my sister-in-law, I love her to death. They live in Menifee, California. Their taxes are $13,000 something a year. I think it's $13,700 a year. Yeah. But like, you divide that by 12. That's like absolutely insane, and we just could not afford that. So yeah.
Well, like the home my wife and I built this summer here is pretty much the same house as the last one that we built in Washington. Okay. We basically loved it, and we were like, make a couple tweaks. Just like, same thing. Yeah. And our property tax bill is literally half.
That is insane.
It's crazy to me. I'm like, it's the same home, 2 states.
Yeah.
Half.
That's cool. I'll have to use that. That's awesome.
Yeah. But I think when it comes to the market right now too, you hit on a point that if you bought in like 21, 22, it wasn't a fun time to buy. No. Because it goes live, you better get your offer in. Yeah. And you're like, I like 75% of the house, but I want the house.
That's how we were, yeah.
And I've noticed that our customers coming in today, they feel so relieved that they actually get to like think about it a little bit. Do I like this home site or that home site? Yeah. Do I like this home plan versus like go, go, go? Yeah, yeah. And that balance is nice for both sides, I think.
For sure. And I actually, one of your questions earlier, I didn't really fully answer it because thank you for bringing that up. One of the reasons why so many of my clients tend to go the new construction route, I also believe, is because of like incentives. When incentives are offered, because with the rates being where they're at, to be able to have some seller concessions to buy down the interest rate is huge. So, and you can do that on an existing. You can ask the seller for concessions too. But when a builder is like, okay, we're going to give you a certain amount, that's huge. Yeah. So yeah.
No, that is our upper hand over the resale market with that.
Oh, for sure. That's why like 90%. And plus, who doesn't want a shiny new home?
Yeah.
Okay. It's never been lived in. It's awesome.
Yeah. I heard this one years ago, and there's nobody else's toenails in the carpet.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I have
so
not
true.
been able to like get that out of my head.
Oh gosh.
Aside from a clean new carpet, no toenails in it.
That's so true.
But yeah, you get to pick all your colors, pick
Yeah.
everything. If you're building with us versus a quick move in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
who doesn't want to do that? For
Yeah.
sure.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think we're heading for a good 26 is off to a good start.
Yeah.
The second half of 25 was actually, we sold more homes in the second half than the first half.
It's funny, I did too. So
And-
I think the second half, something happened, but rates kind of started to come down.
Yeah, rates coming up, but I think there's a consumer confidence piece
Yes.
too. Because like the first half of the year had new president and this thing on the news and that thing on the news, and I think it's all kind of quieted out.
Yeah.
And now people are like, we're almost 6% on rates.
Yeah.
And that's pre-buy down. And yeah, I want that other house.
2026 is gonna be a good year, and especially for you guys because you've established yourself, and I feel like it's gonna be a really good year for you.
It is nice to be turning the year, second year in operation and all that
Yeah,
stuff. And
got it dialed in.
yeah, but no, it's been great in Boise. I just can't. My wife gives me a hard time because she's like, "Is there anything bad about Idaho?"
No.
No.
That's
there's
how I
nothing.
am. I'm like, nothing's bad. And people are like, "Oh, there's so much traffic." I'm like, "No, this is not traffic compared to where I came from. So we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine."
I noticed my wife's only thing that she had Washington to here, brown versus green and trees and that was her only she's like, I wish there was a few more trees in that. The other day I heard her say something about the foothills and how nice they are. I'm like, it's working.
Yeah. You can plant a tree too. Like, you're like, we're okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the foothills are beautiful.
Yeah. In the back of our house, we've got the trees. And when we were placing them, I was like, we need to get them in front of the primary bedroom window, the great room, make it feel a little bit more at home.
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, it's great. And
thank you.
Well, anyways, thank you for bringing great clients to us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Yeah.
And taking the time to
It was
talk
fun.
to us.
We'll build again. So,
yeah, I have no doubt. Maybe it'll be your house.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, my husband liked to read Ridge model.
bring your husband.
He likes
by
every
next
house.
time.
So yeah. But
right.
thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.